G'day, it's Wilbur from Mackay here. Couple of blokes, couple of beers. This is Ox and Marko. Ridding the world of civil selfishness, one pelican at a time. Go get 'em, boys.
Put your phone on silent, will you? Let's get going.
Yep.
Are you ready? What the hell is that?
What do you mean?
Your keys.
What?
Hang on. Just keep them there just for a second. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the program. My name's Mark Allen, and this bloke with the biggest set of keys I've ever seen in my entire life is David Schwartz. We call him the Ox.
You don't like keys?
You've got 50 keys.
I got more than that. I got
How
a few
many
fobs.
keys you got?
Oh, look, I'm involved with a couple of businesses, and I've got a house and cars, and I've got some. And the kids buy you things, and you put it on there like this.
But you've got to carry that around for every day.
I won't lose them.
How
But
could
I
you?
am copying a little bit of criticism of my bunch of keys.
You actually need a little man bag for your keys.
You know what I need? Have you seen one of those whistles? That not whistles, but if
What? What?
and your keys, if you whistle, your keys beep.
No,
It's just so you can find your keys.
that's a thing.
Yeah, you've never seen that. I've got to get one.
Well, so what do you whistle?
And it goes beep, 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 beep. Tells you where your keys are.
It doesn't.
How good's that?
What a sensational idea.
See, but not that I'm going to lose this, but I have got. My daughter gave me a swivelling turtle on a bullet. So she brought me that from a
Fiji or
camp
something?
when she went on a Fiji camp.
Yeah,
look
but-
after the kids.
But
And
see,
then
you're supposed
then
to
I've got
throw
my
that away
fobs.
after a week.
Then I've got my fobs and I've got all that sort of stuff. Now, Marco,
Why would you do? Why would you torture yourself? Seriously, no. Just
where do you
before
keep your
go-
keys?
mate? That's it.
No, you've got
one key.
Well, how do you open your house, mate?
I leave those keys in the car, and then I just walk out with one key.
All right.
That's what the modern
Okay,
key
all right,
thing.
well,
That's what it's for.
See, this is where you're so ignorant. You are so ignorant. What about if someone steals your car, mate? You can't get into your house.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
That's a very good point.
If you've got your keys on you all the time, you've always got a backup plan.
But I've got a Lexus, a Blackburn car.
Yeah,
you see, and
true,
no
I ain't
one
gonna
can get in. No one can get in.
No,
on
it's
it.
a good
That's
point.
right.
Well, you've
That's
got
right.
a Lexus.
Yeah.
Well done.
A fake rock with a key in it outside the house or something?
Yeah, I love the fake rock. The fake rock is a go.
Actually,
Do you keep a spare key at the house?
yeah, I do, and it's in a spot that is a pretty good spot, I reckon.
Under the mat?
No.
I bet you it is.
No, it's not.
Isn't it?
No, it's not.
It's in the garden.
It's in the front garden.
Yeah.
It's technically not in the garden, but it's
Oh,
out the front.
I can pick it. All right.
No, you can't
Okay.
pick it.
I'll tell you what it is. There's two
You
places.
can't,
You've got
mate.
a little gnome. Is it under the gnome or is it near the tap?
Yeah, the next door neighbour took it to Italy with him and took photos and painted him brown.
What about when you had your first house or your share house with your mates?
Yeah.
And you used to try and hide keys.
Yeah.
Like you'd hide them all the time.
Yeah.
You'd lose the keys. Someone would come home drunk, go, hey, take the key, and the key never goes back. And you come
Yeah.
home 3 weeks later searching for the key. Where's the key?
Well, we actually seriously had a key under the front doormat there for a while.
It's the best.
Because no one thinks to look there.
No, it's the most unobvious place to hide your keys.
Unobvious.
Unobvious.
It's unobvious.
There we go. Hey, now, can we still be friends?
I love starting the show with this.
Now, I've got a real issue.
Yeah.
You know where I live. I live down the beach.
Yeah, I know. It's a beautiful part.
And I'm
of
going to
the
ask you this serious question.
All right.
Can we still be friends if I absolutely hate the beach?
Hang on.
I hate the beach.
But you can
Okay.
smell the beach. You can hear the waves at your
I
house.
hate the smell of the beach. I hate sand. I hate seaweed. I hate salt water. I hate flies. I hate the wind. And I hate people on the beach.
Jeez.
There is
So-
nothing about the beach I like. Not one thing.
What about the amount of money that your house has gone up in the last 10 years?
Good point. Good point.
It's not
Property
bad.
appreciation is good.
So, hang on.
But I hate the beach.
So basically, you've just copped it in the neck for the last 10 years
For the
just
kids.
to make some money. and
No, for the kids. The kids and the missus like the beach.
Well, I think we can be friends. I don't think that's
Even if I
selfish.
hate it.
See, you're so unselfish about living down there to look after your kids and look after the family and build a better life for yourselves. Then yes, I admire what you've done, and that's probably one of the big reasons we're great mates.
There is not one.
Look, you're so angry.
No, I am angry. Can I tell you the other thing? You know the stupidest thing on the planet
Go on.
is people who sunbake on the beach.
Yeah.
It is the stupidest thing ever.
Yeah.
That's actually a really good point.
Think about it. You got sand
Yuck.
in your cracks
Yuck.
and everything, like
Yuck.
all over you,
Yuck.
like horrible.
Yeah.
You got pervs walking past up and down all day long.
Yes, they're disgusting.
You've got no trees,
no shelter.
no shelter.
It's windy.
It's like seriously, and you get burnt. Like there is no one can park their car on the beach.
So you
got to walk, and the sand is hot.
No, I agree with everything you're
And
saying.
then you bring the sand into your car. There is no positive to the beach.
There must be, otherwise people wouldn't do it. And my mind, the way my mind thinks is, they're just all showing off. They're either showing off or they want to get with the opposite sex. It's one or the other. Because you've made great points. If you seriously just wanted to
Have you ever picked up a girl on the beach?
Well, yeah.
What a stupid question. Of course you have. I haven't.
You've never. But you hate the beach. You don't go down there.
True.
But can I? But you're right, because if you seriously, all you really wanted to do was just lay in the sun. You do it in the backyard where you've got beautiful grass.
Beautiful grass.
You've got fences up so you get
Bit of
sheltered.
protection.
And if you got thirsty or hungry, you just walk into the kitchen and get yourself something to eat.
So that's the other thing.
They're going down there for something.
Showing
and I'm
off.
telling you, they're either showing off,
that's
they
what
want
it
to
is.
get their kid off,
Or
they want to meet somebody from the opposite sex, or they like strutting.
Yeah. Strutting's a big thing. Strutting is a big
Strutting's
thing.
a big deal these days.
Especially in Europe. You've been to the beaches in Europe.
Yeah.
Oh, there is some strutting going on
That's
there.
all they do.
Strutting. And I haven't got enough to strut. I can't strut. I haven't got enough to strut. I'm not strutting. I'm kind of...
Just go back and get in the Wayback Machine for me and just go back 20 or 21.
not even
Were you
then.
strutting back then?
Nah, I was a T-shirt bloke. I didn't get the gear off too often.
Yeah, okay.
Didn't get the gear off.
No, well,
Can we still be friends?
Yeah, we can, absolutely. Your hatred of the beach, but your love of your family, we can be friends. No worries.
Thank you, mate.
In fact, my kids don't even like the beach.
They like waves.
Yeah,
all kids like waves and a boogie board.
But they don't go down the beach just to hang out on the beach. Hey, talking about my kids, I did something the other day in front of them, and they were in hysterics. Absolute hysterics.
What was it?
Well, a song came on, and I started playing the air drums. Right?
As you do.
So I'm going, whatever the song was, there was a bit of a drum thing in the middle of it, and away I go. And my daughter's looking at me going, Dad, what are you doing? And I said, I'm playing the air drums. What does it look like? She goes, air drums? She started laughing. They're like air drums.
Hey, what are your kids now?
She's 16.
See, she should know what the eardrums are.
And she calls my boy in, and she's going, look what Dad's doing. And I'm still, playing the air drums.
And you're good at it.
I'm bloody good at the air drums.
Of course you are.
Right? And they're in hysterics. I said, you've never ever played the air drums.
You haven't lived,
and they're
kids.
laughing.
Yeah.
And then I go, what about the air guitar? And they're literally on the floor. Dad, you're such a dork. And I'm going,
And you hit the high note. You hit the high notes.
Yeah, and making the faces and getting down on my knees and just the whole lot.
Oh, you're on your knees. What Black
Playing-
Sabbath style?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Nice.
They've never played the air drums or the air guitar in their miserable little lives.
Did you get on YouTube and show them the air guitar world champs?
No, I didn't.
You've got to do that. It's unbelievable.
That goes in some of the great competitions in the world. That's up there. Chasing that cheese down the hill.
I was going to say cheese rolling. I was going to say cheese rolling.
Chasing that cheese down the hill is one of the great things I have ever seen. The air guitar competition is wonderful.
Bog snorkeling.
Bog snorkeling.
You know,
is
they
well
put the
and truly
snorkels
up
on
there.
and they go through and the wife carrying.
Yeah, the wife carrying competition.
The wife carrying is a ripper.
Absolute ripper.
Have you seen the
But
new
I
one?
say the one on top.
Oh, hang on.
The one that can never be beaten. It's an Americanism. The hot dog eating competition.
Oh, yeah.
4th of July in America is the absolute pinnacle
Best
of
ever.
crazy world championships.
Now, what's his name? The hot dog eating champion.
Oh, he's won it about 50 million times.
What's
He's a little
his
skinny dude.
What's his name?
Come on. He's a little skinny dude and he's an absolute gun at it.
What is his name?
Yeah, Siri.
Hey, Siri, who is the greatest hot dog eating champion in the whole world?
Joey Chestnut.
That's him.
Joey Chestnut is the gun.
What a star.
He's a gun.
So, of all those crazy competitions, all right, so you've got the hot dog eating competition.
Bog snorkeling.
You've got the bog snorkeling.
Cheese rolling.
The cheese rolling. You've got the air guitar
Air guitar.
World Championship.
Yeah,
and the wife
wife
carrying. Which one do you reckon you'd be half a chance at winning?
Wife carrying.
Wife carrying, yeah.
Wife carrying.
You're a bulldozer.
I'm not good at bog snorkeling, I'll be honest with you.
I reckon running downhill, I'm a downhill skier.
Chasing the cheese.
I reckon chasing that cheese. Just give me a helmet and I'm going flat out after that thing.
How did they come up with that sport, the cheese rolling?
I don't know.
Like, that's just it's an odd one.
But as far as a spectator sport,
It's a ripper.
they're selling tickets to that thing, mate. You got to turn up for free.
Ripping.
You are paying money to go and watch them chase that cheese.
Have you seen that show on TV called Man vs. Food?
No.
Where the guy will sit down and he might have 240 oysters. Or he'll have a 2 kilo hamburger and he's got 25 minutes to eat it.
Oh.
There's some of those challenges that he does. He's an idol for me. He's same bloke, and he takes on all these. He did this one the other day where he had the hottest chili in the world, and it was out of Mexico.
Yeah.
And they reckon it's the chili burger of all chili burgers, and if you can get through the chili burger, you win $1,000 US.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's 1.5 kilos this burger, and he thought, I'm just going to put it down my throat as quick as I can.
Yeah.
All right, so he started eating it.
Yeah.
He got 3 mouthfuls in, and you see the colour change in his face, and then you start seeing him sweat. He didn't get through half the burger before it was over for him.
It was over.
It was over. Not only was it over, paramedics off to hospital.
Are you kidding me?
Off to hospital. That's how dangerous and hot this chili was, and it was called the triple Texas killing sauce. Like, it was unbelievable.
You know this eating stuff, do you know where it originated?
Yeah, where is it?
In a movie called Cool Hand Luke.
Oh, yes.
Because his character, Luke, bet someone in that jail that he couldn't eat 50 eggs.
That's right.
And it's one of the greatest scenes in movie history.
Are you good? Is there anything you can do, like eat, or is there something that you pride yourself in on owning, a record in, or being better than anyone else in?
Well, when I was a kid, I used to drink a lot of milk. In fact, I didn't drink any
Milk?
Gee whiz, mate.
It's so embarrassing.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I don't have a filling in my mouth.
That's
I'm 53
true.
years
That's
old,
true.
and I
That's
never
true.
drink lemonade.
And
or
you don't have a
Coca-Cola.
calcium problem.
I don't have a calcium
No,
problem.
calcium's fine.
And I've never had a broken bone except for my nose.
Really?
Yeah, someone punched me in the face once. And I got
Well,
a
it's
broken
pretty.
nose.
But I don't know too many golfers that have got broken bones. To be honest, it's not really a physical sport. Oh no, I fell out of a bunker. I did a roll out of a golf cart. True. It's a brutal sport.
Right, but when I was a kid, for one day, my brother said that I couldn't drink 2 litres of milk. I had one, and he goes, I said to him I could drink milk all day. And he goes, you couldn't drink another one. And I did.
How'd you go?
I threw up all over the floor.
Good.
Could you eat? I could eat blocks of chocolate.
I've sat down and had 2.5 kilos of ribs in one go. 2.5 kilos of ribs, which was four
Racks.
big racks, one after another.
Well, the only place I've really ever had ribs is in the US.
Yeah, no, it was US ribs.
Yeah.
It
Now,
was US ribs.
why is it that their cows produce better ribs than our cows? Because I've had ribs here, and our ribs are garbage.
No, it's not the
compared
ribs.
to them.
It's how you cook them and smoke them.
You
You've just got to smoke them for hours, and we aren't patient enough.
So it's nothing to do with grass
No,
fed
it's
or grain
preparation.
fed.
No, it's preparation. Preparation. That's all it is. According to my limited knowledge on ribs, but it's a Texas smoky. And we've been to Texas a few times and haven't down there.
That's
My
unbelievable.
goodness me.
That's where you buy a steak there. You don't buy a steak by it's 500 grams. You buy it by the inch. I'll have the 2-inch steaks, thanks.
If I lived in America, it'd be all over.
You'd be the fattest man on
I
earth.
would be. Jeez, I'd be fat. How big are their meals?
Oh, it's
massive.
crazy.
And no veggies. It's all chips or mash.
It's crazy. I don't know where they get those plates from.
But how come they're not all peppermint patties? I know there's a lot of peppermint patties over there, but they're not all fat.
Yeah, that's true.
There's
I don't know why.
Yeah, they should be bigger for what they eat.
How come? Yeah.
And it's their breakfasts too. Their breakfasts are big.
Mate, they have donuts with icing for breakfast.
Yeah.
You go to an early meeting over there and you walk in and there are 15 boxes of donuts, all kinds of different things, and they just woof in. You get the skinny little girl over there. She just goes, bang,
bang, bang.
You know, she's just piling donuts down her gob.
Crazy sort of stuff.
Just before we get to the break, you were...
Hang on.
Leave the keys alone.
Sorry.
You were laughing at me when I said I was one of the greatest air guitarists and air drummers in the whole world.
Well, I wasn't laughing at you.
Let me just play.
No, actually, I was.
Okay. I'm going to do one, and I bet you'll know it. All right. I'm going to do it.
Okay.
Come on, what was that? You know exactly what song that's from.
Was it a horse?
Oh, come on!
Do it again.
I have no idea. Oh.
I've been feeling coming. You missed that? Come on.
Well, do it one more time. I've lost that.
You're having a couple of beers with a couple of blokes. This is Ox and Marko. And when you get a sec, we'd love you to subscribe and rate the podcast.
All right, Marko. We do a bit of travelling. You know, we travel interstate, and when you're a big bloke. Not like these little blokes, but when you're a big bloke and you're sitting in cattle class, which is anywhere from seat 5 down to seat 50.
Mate, if you're 6'1" or above and you're in cattle class, it's an uncomfortable trip.
All right. So say you are travelling from Melbourne to Brisbane, 2-hour flight.
Yeah.
Should the person in front of you be allowed to put his seat back?
Okay, this is under the banner of civil selfishness. Is this the style of chat we're in?
Civil selfishness 101.
The second that light goes off, if that person in front wheels it back, I think it's fair enough to whack him, or at least to start tapping on the chair like, "What are you doing?" If it's a long flight and it's night time and he wants to put it back, I get it. But if it's a daytime trip and he knows you're a big fella behind, there is just no way.
That's your point. That's the point. That's the point right there.
There's just no way.
So if you jump in your seat, you always have a good look who's beside you, in front of you and behind you. If there's a little kid behind you, no worries. Put the chair back.
Clear.
If you've got a little grandma behind you with no legs, put the chair back. If you've got Michael the midget behind you, you can
again with the midgets.
You can put
it's just unbelievable.
You can put the chair back. But if you look back and you've got Chris Anstey sitting behind you, who's 7 foot, or you've got someone whose knees are already touching the seat in front of you,
that's right.
You have no right,
no
right to put your chair back.
Yeah, it's a bit of a raffle when you get in cattle class and you're flying domestic in this country. It's a raffle.
Yes.
But unfortunately, if there's a big person behind you, you cannot, at any stage, rip that thing back. No, it's over.
I do not, and I never have put my chair back unless I'm flying internationally.
That's because you understand what it feels like.
I understand it.
But this is what I've noticed.
What have you noticed?
The people who do this are on the midget side of normal. Small people do it because they don't get what it feels like when it comes back in their direction. So I blame them.
What about, just say you find someone small behind you and you put your chair back. When the meal gets delivered, do you put the chair forward?
Yeah.
You've got to put the chair forward.
It's just a rule.
It's an unwritten rule that when you're eating, you put your chair forward because otherwise you're leaning back into other people's food.
Now, there's a simple solution for this, and it's a solution that you and I would know because we go into a lot of sports bars.
Yes.
There's always rules of how to play pool in every sports bar you go to.
Can't shoot backwards.
So you're playing a game, mate, can we shoot backwards? They just point to the rules.
Two shots on the black.
So you walk over there, you go, no, can't shoot backwards here. Yep. All right, no worries. Hey, mate, is there 2 shots on the black? They walk straight over. There's no 2 shots on the black in this pub. Right, very simple. So instead of that stupid thing about how a tray table gets folded out, the instructions on the back of the seat, get rid of that stupid thing because we can all just turn the bloody little switch.
Yes.
Instead of that, just have the rules. of planes.
Simple.
Big person behind you, no, you cannot put your seat back. Little person behind you and you've put the seat back, if they're eating, seat comes forward.
Yeah, good.
Just simple stuff.
I didn't know the rule until a flight attendant told me this.
Oh, you're saying there are rules.
Oh, there's definitely rules. You know, when you're landing, you got to have the window coming open.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't even know why.
Now, but why?
They say if your plane's being hijacked or there's trouble in the plane, that they put down the blinds because they don't want people seeing in. I think it's a load of crap.
That's rubbish.
I think it's a load of crap, but it's for safety. Do you agree with that?
I think it's just a stupid rule. Yeah, the other stupid rules in planes.
What about if you're scared of flying and you don't want to watch your plane land?
Yeah,
like it's scary for
let's
some
look
people.
after those people.
Yeah, close the blind.
I'll tell you another stupid rule in planes.
What is it?
Not allowed to send a text before you're down. Please, I do it all the
come
time.
on.
Well, you think the plane's going to come down if I send something? Hey, darling, I'm just about to land. I'll be home soon. Sorry, I'm late. Right? That text goes out. That text goes out when I'm over Shepparton flying home. Right?
Of course it does. Of course it does.
As if you can't send a text message before the plane comes down.
Have you
What a
ever
joke.
Actually talking about being bluffed because you've been bluffed.
That's right. That's anyone's. If you are not sending text messages before you're down, if you're waiting for them, you've been bluffed. Completely bluffed.
What about sending and receiving text messages while fueling up your car? Ooh. And I'll ask you this because I've never heard of a fire ever started in a service station from a bloke on his phone.
Oh. No, I'm sending text messages.
Of course, I'm even answering my phone.
If I'm filling up the car and I hear a little, I get it out. Say, yeah, I'll be there soon.
But hang on, have you ever heard of anyone starting a fire in a petrol station by sending a text message?
No, never.
Ever.
Rubbish.
It is a load of crap.
Yeah. Before we go, you know what bin all these go into? You can't have a swim after half an hour after you've eaten. It's the same thing. Mum and Dad bluffed you. You know why Mum and Dad were bluffing you? Because they've just spent a whole bunch of time making breakfast, making the lunch for you, and they're really tired, and they don't want to just look after you while you're in the pool.
Of course they did.
It's a bluff.
That's called civil laziness.
Yes, it is.
That's what it is.
Back on the planes.
Back on the planes.
Back on the planes. Okay.
Oh, I got one.
Hang on.
Oh, you got one.
Hang on a second.
Okay.
Do you do a number 2 in a plane?
All day, every day. All
But
day.
hang on a second. But there's nothing to clean. You know. Sometimes you make. There's no toilet brush.
Have you ever heard what happens? It gets sucked down.
But not the little. So you are happy doing a number 2 in a plane?
All the time. Got to.
That's remarkable.
Got to. All right.
I've never ever done a number 2 in a plane.
Just prior to getting to that level. What about if you're sitting there and you're on the window and you need a horse and cart?
Right.
Do you drop one?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I do too.
Do you know why?
And this is how you fix it. You look around and go,
Oh. Now that's civil selfishness. You're blaming somebody else. But see, here's the funny thing. I don't reckon you can smell them on a plane.
Oh, no, they've got good ventilation.
Why?
Good ventilation.
So how does that work? Because remember when COVID was around, right? And they were saying that, it's okay that everyone's sitting next to each other wearing a stupid mask and you'll never get it because for whatever, the ventilation in the planes. Is that the same reason you can't really smell?
I think it gets sucked up pretty quick.
That's remarkable.
Well, talk about civil selfishness.
Yeah.
If you're reading the magazine and you've got Sudoku or you've got a crossword, do you do the Sudoku or the crossword, or is that being civil selfishness, taking that to a new level because you stuff it up for the next person?
No, I think best first in, best first.
I agree.
I think it's no worries.
I reckon you get in there.
Yeah.
And what about if you've got Chewy? What about if you've got Chewy, right? You jump in.
Yeah.
Do you use the sick bag and put your Chewy in the sick bag?
Yes.
And then just put the sick bag back in there?
Oh. Yes.
So do I. So the next person who's got air turbulence gets the sick bag out, can't open the bag up.
Listen, I think you're helping the next person out because if he nearly needs to throw up, he opens the bag up and sees someone chewy, he'd be going, "Blah!"
Do you?
It would help him. So I think it's actually a good thing. You're actually doing a civil service in that situation.
Last one. Do you take your shoes off?
No, never. Never.
I do.
I don't mind.
But my feet don't smell.
Well, I was going to say, I've
No, they don't.
I've sat next to people who've taken their shoes off, but I've never ever smelt foot odour on a plane in my life, and I've always just assumed it's the same reason you can't smell a horse and cart.
What about at the picture theatre? If you're you're a gold class, do you take your shoes off?
No, mate. If someone's taking the shoes off in gold class, I'm going to the manager. and I'm reporting you.
I've had to do that.
I'm reporting.
That's not good.
That's uncool.
I don't reckon. But see,
that is level 5. We don't get there too often. But if you're in gold class and you've taken your moccasins off, right? Because only a moccasin wearer would bother doing that.
Where are we? Warrigal?
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
Maui.
We're at the Maui
We're at the Maui gold class.
Maui gold class.
And you got in there and you've had a glass of wine in the foyer, right? And you've just had your little canapé and you're about to go in there to the Maui and you sit down and then there's some beast of a human being who's just taken his mockies off. I'm reporting you to management because that is level 5 civil selfishness.
We got a friend. We got a friend, haven't we?
Yeah.
That he won't get in a plane unless you can wheel a trolley down the aisle.
Right, correct way.
So he won't get on the small planes. He won't get on the small planes.
Unless there's
Is that a good theory?
Unless there's a hostie serving drinks, I'm not getting on that plane.
Not getting on.
All right, hello KB.
Hello KB.
I hope you're well. You just said you reckon your feet don't smell. Now, you've been going half a day, probably 6 hours so far.
Yep.
Give me a shoe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I want to test this out.
God,
If you're lying,
and these are old
they'll
shoes.
be held to
These
pay.
are old shoes. These are FootJoys. Do you want me to smell it first?
Do you have body odor or not?
No, they're pretty good.
Nice FootJoys. That doesn't smell.
No.
That doesn't smell.
No, my feet don't smell.
That's like a brand new shoe.
And they're old. So I've had these socks on for 3 days.
What about body odour?
No, I got a bit of that. I do get body odour.
Right.
Yeah. But I use deodorant.
Oh, thankfully. and you shower.
And I tub up. and I tub up. Have you got any mates who are non-tubbers?
No. Well, see,
I played golf with somebody the other week. There was a non-tubber.
That comes under the banner of can we still be friends?
Oh, I can't.
I could not be friends with somebody who smelt
Well,
really
there's a friend
bad.
of a friend who brought him to golf, and I've told that friend not to come back.
How many people in your life have you had the talk to? And that is the you stink talk, because this is...
Probably twice.
This is the
And
hardest...
one was uncomfortable.
This is the hardest conversation I think you can have with a young person.
So you got to do. So there's a couple of ways you go about it. You can either have the conversation, and be really brave, or you start dropping hints, or you start giving presents,
or you start telling everybody.
Yeah. So you just drop off. Here's a present. I really like it. There you go. Rexona. It's a can of brute, a cake of velvet, whatever it is. You got to get the message across.
I've had to have this chat a few times.
Really?
Yeah. And I think
are golfers bad at it?
No. People I've worked with. And I reckon I'm reasonable at it. So I'll actually just drag the person over and I'll say, hey, listen, I'm your mate. Everybody else in this building's talking about the way you smell.
Yeah.
I said, I'm telling you, just go and have a shower, get it done. And then when it's done and you smell better, I'll start circulating how much better you are these days. And it offsets it beautifully.
You're a good person.
It offsets.
You're a good person.
So one, they know they stink, but two, they know if they start looking after themselves, I will start telling everybody how much better you got.
So how did she take it? You can't do that to a girl. You can do it to a boy. You can't do it to a girl. You got to get a female to eyeball a female.
Girls don't stink. Not like us.
Nah, not like us.
We are the end foul, disgusting people.
We can be bad.
Yeah, we're horrendous.
Yep.
Horrendous. Righto, Ox. Let's speak with Tony Shebeki, the baseball coach. I love this. And by the way, the voice of the MCG.
Hello, Tone.
Hello, boys. I've got around about 7 jobs and you picked that one. Well done.
Well, it's a great voice.
Can you give us the cars parked in the wrong spot and read out
the number plate, please? Can you please move your vehicle?
MCG?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. With the odour of a Mercedes VJC 137, please attend your car. You have left your engine running.
You're too good.
So we were just talking before about gold teeth.
Yeah.
A gold teeth on the way in or the way out?
No, they're on the way out for sure, aren't they? Aluminium teeth would be more economical. And
Aluminium? What are we talking about, Jaws?
From the bottom movies, exactly. Oh, yeah, I can't remember seeing anyone with the gold teeth in the last 10 years, with gold teeth in the last 10 years.
They're out because you don't even have gold fillings anymore. Apparently you get white fillings these days.
Yeah, but if you're hanging around gang members, Tony, which you used to, not anymore.
Exactly right. You don't get ears like mine from sitting on your bum, Ox. That's correct.
No, you don't. Hey, Tony, we're just talking about aeroplanes. Do you put your seat back when you are sitting in front of somebody?
This is a bugbear of mine, seriously. I have nearly had a massive chon with a bloke who just kept on putting his feet into the back of my chair, and it was wrong. And I turned around and said to him nicely, I said, mate, could I just ask you to stop doing that? I know there's not a lot of room, and I appreciate that. I've got the same problem here. But if you could just stop kicking my chair. And he's gone on. He's carried on. Mate, I'll do whatever I like. It's my seat.
He's carried on?
Absolutely carried on, as if it was his responsibility to absolutely wreck my day.
What a disgusting human.
Do you take your shoes off on the plane, Tone?
Yes, definitely take shoes off plane. That's not a problem.
Oh, you do?
Jeez.
Nice.
How's the foot odor?
Well, if I've got foot odor, the shoes go back straight on very quickly.
Hey, Tony, a lot of our listeners here wouldn't realise. Marko mentioned you are the voice of the MCG, but you're also the voice of one of the most famous television series this country's ever seen.
Yes, a current affair or no?
No, not a current affair. Gladiators.
Yes, Gladiators, yeah.
Can you give us a bit of a call of Gladiators that you on how you landed the job, and just maybe bring Vulcan into it, or some of your classic competitors?
Well, and I know that you always wanted to go on Gladiators, David. I know that was a big thing of yours. So
Anthony, they got Anthony Koutafidis on instead of me.
Yeah, and I could not believe that. I put that to the producer and I said, "You are kidding me, Ox! Come on."
Come on.
Kuta, the Greek god, did the job quite well. But so I'll put you up against Vulcan on.
I want to go against Vulcan.
Here we go. So you guys are both standing on these padded platforms.
I'm ready.
You've got big tooth buds in your hands, and you're about ready to absolutely go for it. Here we go. So Mike Whitney blows his whistle, and away goes Ox. He starts bashing away at Vulcan. There's one to his body, but Vulcan fights back. One to the legs, one to the head. Ox is wobbling, but he comes back. A big hit and knocks Vulcan off. There's 10 points.
Yes.
Now, the funny thing about this is, can I just explain my scenario here? As you guys know, I work at a school, Maribyrnong Sports Academy, and I'm actually outside because I didn't want to disturb the teachers having their lunch. So I'm actually outside, and there's a group of about 70 kids just standing around me thinking that I have gone absolutely crazy. They have no idea what we just did.
You're a star. Good on you, Shebex. Nice to catch up.
Oh, it's a pleasure, boys. Anytime.
Okay, come on, it's time for the joke. I love doing this. What do we got up there now? We got short joke.
Well, we've got a spinning wheel, and we've got different topics.
Blonde joke.
Yeah.
Knock joke. Irish joke. And there's
Little
a couple
jokes.
of
We've got midget jokes.
No. Why? We're going to get letters. Okay, here we go. And what is it? I can't see.
It's a blonde joke.
Blonde joke.
Another one.
No wonder.
All right. Blonde.
Come
All
on.
right. Here we go. Did you hear about the blonde who tried to blow up her husband's car?
No.
She burned her lips on the exhaust pipe.
Oh, my God. I knew it was coming. Too good. Righto. Thank you, folks. We'll catch you next time.
We will.
I feel every week we have to make more and more apologies, in particular to short-statured people. So apologies for anything Ox and Marko have said today, in particular to short people called Michael for today's episode. But for better or for worse, that's another episode of Couple of Blokes, Couple of Beers with Ox and Marko. And if you're enjoying the podcast, don't forget to rate and review it and hit subscribe so you'll never miss an episode. And of course, share it with your friends and let them know that you think it's not too shabby, except for the whole, short people thing. And thanks to Tony Shebeki, the voice of the MCG and Gladiators, for being a part of the Couple of Blokes, Couple of Beers family today. Appreciate it, mate. Couple of Blokes, Couple of Beers executive producer is Dan Bradley at Kaizen Media, and sound design, Daryl Misson from loudzebra.com.